There is a battle going on within us, a war going on within us. The things that we know we ought to do, even to some degree want to do. We know what kind of people we want to be. We know what kind of people that we really desire to be. You know, if I could just imagine my perfect life and me in it, not just the perfect circumstances of my life, but the perfect me in that life. I know what that looks like. And I ain't that. And nor are you. The difficulty is, the problem is that some of you think you are. Some of you think you know better. Some of you think that it doesn't include you. It includes all of us. There is none who is free of it. Every one of us suffers this problem. For all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God, the Jew first and then the Gentile. There is none free of it. Stop pretending. So there's a war that goes on within us. There's a war, there's a battle where we have this desire for what we know we want to be, but we know we aren't. And there's a great chasm between those two things. So I find myself with these two desires, a desire to do what I know to be right and to be the kind of person that I actually want to be. And then there's this other desire in me to do something different to that, to live differently to that. So we have these competing desires that go on within each of us. And we've walked this road before many times, folks, and we'll rehearse it again this morning. The very seat of who and what you are as a person is what the Bible calls the heart. It's not the blood pump in your chest. That's not what it means. And it's not the seat of your emotions, your feelings. That's not what the Bible means by your heart either. The heart is the very wellspring of your life. It is the place from which all of our desires flow. And it is a summation of our desires and the pursuit of those desires that make us what we are. It is out of the heart the mouth speaks. Out of the overflow of the heart, the mouth speaks. It is not what goes in at the mouth that will pollute a man, but what comes out of his mouth. Because what comes out of his mouth comes from the heart, and out of the heart flow all the issues of life. As a man thinks in his heart, so he is. Scripture is clear. The heart is the wellspring of life. The heart is the seat of our desires. The heart desires, the will chooses, the mind justifies, the body acts, conscience speaks. The heart desires, the will chooses. The intellect, the mind then rushes in to try and justify the choices that we have made, to find a good reason to do what it is I'm about to do. Then we put it into practice in our lives, in our bodies. We take action, and then in the quiet of the night, we lie in our bed and our conscience speaks, "You idiot, you know better." It's the process. In Romans chapter 1, when we were going through that, we talked about how God has given humanity over to the lusts of the heart, to over-desiring. Our loves, our desires are disordered, is what the scripture is teaching us. The very things that we desire are disordered. They're all out of whack. where we love big things, things that we should love a lot, but we love them very little. We love small things a whole heap and hootin' lot, when we really ought to just love them a little bit. We pursue good things in bad ways. And we pursue things that we know we ought not to pursue at all. Our loves are disordered. Our desires are disordered. And it's the desires of our heart that drives our lives. That's the desires is what we pursue. If you want to get right down to it, it's what we desire reveals what we worship. It's the desires of your heart that will reveal what you worship. And you will reveal what you worship by the choices that you make. In other words, your entire life is telling everyone around you what you worship. And so when we're faced with the choices of life, we choose ultimately what we desire most. We reveal in those moments of choice what we actually love. And so we have these competing desires in our hearts. We have these competing loves. But what we choose is what we ultimately love most. And so Paul is saying, I have this desire to do what is right, but my desire to do what is wrong trumps it. Because that's what I really desire. And while there is a war, while I wrestle with it, what I ultimately do is choose what I know to be wrong, because that's what I really, at rock bottom, want most. Everything you do is communicating what you love. I want you to think about that real hard. I had a text conversation with a guy during the week that I was following up with. We'd had some discussions about some issues that he was wrestling with. And I just told him this. I just told him, every time you make a choice, every time you do this, you are revealing what you really love. And you think that you can hide that, but you can't, because your entire life is preaching a sermon about what you love and worship. And you say it's one thing, but it ain't. It's actually something else. And I can see it, and everyone around you can see it. Everyone who knows you knows exactly what you are, because we can all see it writ large all over your life. You can't hide it. Your life is screaming it. Everything you do communicates it. Every choice you make demonstrates it. Every conversation you have reveals it. And you think you're clever, and you think you can manipulate it, and you think you can hide it, but your true nature is evident to everyone, and it's evident because you broadcast it with every choice that you make. He came back to me and said, oh, wow, I didn't realize that you knew me so well. You hit the nail on the head. And yeah, it's not rocket science. Like he thought I was some sort of guru because I was able to read him like a book. Oh, you know me so well. You can see right through me. Everyone can. Everyone can. I'm not particularly smart when it comes to this stuff. I'm a structural guy. I like philosophy. I like classics. I like history. When it comes to interpersonal relationships and psychology and stuff like that, I'm not your guy. But I don't need to be. Your entire life is telling everyone around you what it is that you value, what it is that you love, what it is that you worship. You can't hide it. It's writ large over every single choice you make, every single conversation you have, every single thing you do is communicating precisely what you love, what you worship. It's true for every one of us. The heart is the seat of this, the wellspring of our entire lives. Who and what we are flows out of that. And it's been corrupted. Right? If you think of the heart as the wellspring, the fountainhead, out of which the water of our lives flows. It's like someone just took a big dump in it. You're going to drink that water. You're going to expect anything that flows out of that water to be clean from that moment on. No, it ain't. It'll never be clean. It's just truth, folks. It's just truth. It's been corrupted. And there is nothing you can do to change that. There is nothing you can do to change that. And Paul is, in the, I think, really clear terms. He's been really honest, wrestling with this fact. That which I would do, I don't do. That which I would not do, that I find myself doing. What kind of a person am I? The good that I want to do, I don't do. The evil that I don't want to do, that I do. And keep doing. And it doesn't seem to matter where I am in my life. I just keep doing the same stuff. It's just like this pattern. It's pre-programmed. And I just keep making the same mistakes and going back to the same things and reliving the same story and doing exactly the same thing over and over again, thinking it's going to be different, but it never is. It's always exactly the same. It never changes. And I always end up back here, same, broken, hurt, damaged. Relationships broken. People hurt. It's always the same. It's because you're always the same. You're the problem. The problem is you. We have been corrupted, every one of us. And there's nothing we can do to change it.